Do you know how much it would cost to complete all of the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon card sets? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr.Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. Today, we are going to go over what the cost is and what the value is for every single current Scarlet and Violet set, except for Shrouded Fable. It's too new. And I want to take a look at this because I want everybody to be able to see how much it would cost if you just wanted to buy all of the singles to fully complete a set of cards within any given era, as opposed to buying booster boxes to rip to try and complete the set, or buying elite trainer boxes to rip to try and complete the set. I think it's fun to have this perspective, and it's also kind of alarming how much some of the values are worth in the Scarlet and Violet era. Some of them are not doing too bad, and some of the sets are worth next to nothing. So drop me a comment down below. Let me know, guys, what do you think is the cheapest and the most expensive full set of Scarlet and Violet era cards? Now, I gotta give a huge shout out to TCG Daily Card Fever on Instagram. They aggregated all of this data and then shared all of their information with me so that I can share this information with you guys. So go follow them on Instagram. They do some really cool stuff over there on Instagram. But let's jump in. We're gonna dive in real quick, and we're just gonna start looking at all of the Scarlet and Violet era sets. We're gonna start at the bottom and go all the way up to the top. So the cheapest Scarlet and Violet era set, the one that you could literally buy and buy every single card in the set for the price of a couple of booster boxes, is going to be Obsidian Flames. We have Obsidian Flames at the cheapest spot. There are 406 cards in Obsidian Flames, and the total set value is $230. Now, we're talking about total set value in this video, okay? We're talking about all of the raw cards in the set, including reverse holos, based on TCG Player, okay? So that's the frame of reference for this. All of the raw cards in the set that you can actually pull from booster packs based on TCG Player, including all of the reverse holos. So again, Obsidian Flames, $230 total set value with 406 cards. So you could go buy 2 boxes of Obsidian Flames and get nowhere near completing the set, or you could literally order everything off a TCG Player and have a full set of Obsidian Flames. Interesting, right? All right, so we're going to the next one. The next cheapest one in spot number 8 is going to be Scarlet and Violet base set. Scarlet and Violet base set has 444 cards with a $370 total value. Now, that is going to give us an average of 83 cents per card for the Scarlet and Violet base set. I forgot to say with Obsidian Flames has an average of 56 cents per card. So, Scarlet and Violet base coming in at the second to cheapest set in the Scarlet and Violet era, $370 for 440 cards with an average card value of 83 cents. Next up, we have Temporal Forces at the 7th spot. Temporal Forces is going to come in at a $700 price point for all of the cards in the set, including reverse holos. $700 for 358 cards for the total set value. So, Temporal Forces, $700 for 358 cards, gives us an average card value. This is a lot more improved, a much bigger improvement from the last two. Average card value of $1.95 per card for Temporal Forces. And again, I like to do stuff like this because you can look in like how many booster boxes of Temporal Forces would you have to buy to get to $700, and then you're still probably not going to complete the set. I think this is interesting information. So let's move on to the next one. In spot number 6, we have Paradox Rift. Paradox Rift has 428 cards in the set, including reverse holos, for a total set value of $750. And that's going to give us an average card value of $1.75 per card for Paradox Rift. And again, huge shout out to TCG Daily Card Fever on Instagram for putting all this data together and sharing the information with me so that I can put all of this together and just basically give y'all an information dump. So yeah, Paradox Rift, $750 for all of the cards if you were to buy them all right now as of today for 428 cards. Next up, we have Paldea Evolved, one of the cooler sets in the Scarlet and Violet block. Has some great, beautiful cards in it. Paldea Evolved comes in at the number 5 spot with 455 cards and a total set value of $820. That's going to give us an average of $1.80 per card for Paldea Evolved. Has some really cool cards in it, like that Magikarp, that Shinji Kondo Magikarp. Oh my goodness, so great. So Paldea Evolved, 455 cards, $820 to buy every single card in the set, and an average of $1.80 per card. Let's move on. We're moving on to now getting to the interesting point. We're moving on to the top 4, but really the top 3. I'll explain when I get there, okay? I'll explain when I get there. But were you right? Did you guess what the bottom was and what some of the top ones were? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Were you correct on this? But coming in at number 4, we're getting into the points where the averages are going to be really nice. These are some of the more expensive sets, right? So, and at number 4 is the Paldean Fates specialty set. There are 326 cards. By the way, all of these sets are friggin' huge with reverse holos. Just throwing that out there. 326 cards for a total set value of $880. And for Paldean Fates, that's going to give us an average of $2.69 per card. So $2.69 per card average value. You could buy all of the entire set for $880, all 326 cards. Next up, we have what, in my opinion, I will continue to say this, the best Scarlet and Violet set. I'm not talking about just value. I'm talking about overall, this is the best Scarlet and Violet set. Pokemon 151, Scarlet and Violet 151, whatever you want to call it appropriately. Scarlet and Violet 151 at spot number 3. 360 cards with a total set value of $918, which is going to be an average value of $2.55 per card. I think this is the best Scarlet and Violet era set because it just has so much going for it. You have so many great character rare cards. You have a lot of great special illustration rares. There's a whole bunch of cards to chase in here. Just absolutely fantastic. And again, this is just English. We're not talking about Japanese. Japanese is a little harder to quantify, but we're just talking about English right here. So Scarlet and Violet 151, absolutely love it. All right, coming in number 2, but really number 1, like I said, we'll get to that here in just a second, is going to be Twilight Masquerade. Now, we're not doing Shrouded Fable because Shrouded Fable just came out, okay? So, yeah, we'll have to do another video once the Scarlet and Violet era is over. But Twilight Masquerade, coming in at the number 2 spot, 373 cards with a total set value of $1,075 or an average card price of $2.88. Now, the interesting thing about Twilight Masquerade, if you take the Greninja out, it's nowhere near this value. The Greninja is like 30% of the set. So you take the Greninja out and it drops way, way down. But I mean, that's just semantics. But Twilight Masquerade is coming in this spot. Out of all of the sets that you can actually pull from, it's going to end up being the most valuable set. Now, I will give you the caveat. I do think 151 is a better set than Twilight Masquerade. This is my opinion, okay? Because if you take the Greninja out of Twilight Masquerade, then 151 goes up into the top spot, but that's neither here nor there. I just think 151 has more nostalgic cards in it to pull, a lot more beloved Pokemon in it to pull, where Twilight Masquerade has a cool Greninja and a few other things, but that's just my opinion. So Twilight Masquerade is coming in at the number 2 spot, and then obviously the number 1 spot is going to go to the Scarlet and Violet promo set, okay? These are all of the Scarlet and Violet promos that have been released in English. There's 125 of them so far with a total set value of $1,300. Now, you could make the argument, well, some of those are, you know, Paradox Rift promos and Paldea Evolved promos and Twilight Masquerade promos. Yeah, true. But for the purposes of getting all the separate sets, you can have a promo binder and then a binder for each individual set, wanting to see what the total value is of every single one of those sets, how much it would cost you if you just wanted to buy all of the cards. And I think there's 2 camps in this, right? There's the camp of people that just, man, opening cards is fun, and if you get the cool cards that you want, that's even better. That's awesome. Love to spend the money just for the experience of opening the cards. And then there's the other camp where it's like, I want to be the most economical and fiscally responsible as I can. I'd rather just buy the cards that I want and not have to spend so much money opening booster boxes, just get the cards I want. Both are right. Neither perspective is wrong. But when you take information like this and you look at, so say you look at Twilight Masquerade, okay, it would cost you over $1,000 to get every raw card in the set. That's a lot of money. That's how many booster boxes of Twilight Masquerade would you have to open to break that? You'd have to open what, like 6 or 7 booster boxes? Are you really going to pull a full set? I don't know. But when we go down to Obsidian Flames, you want a full set of Obsidian Flames that's only worth $230? You open one ETB and you've spent 25%, 20% of what it would cost. A set like Obsidian Flames makes a lot more sense just to buy all the cards that you want, have the full set for 230 bucks. So there's the information for you. I think it's super interesting. What do you think? Drop me a comment down below. Do you want to see more videos like this? And again, huge shout out to TCG Daily Card Fever for working with me on this video. Their link for the Instagram will be down in the description. Hopefully, if you guys enjoy this, we'll work together on more, data like this in the future. But I want to know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up. It's free, and it really does help, and it's a great way to support the channel. You can subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, and check that video out right there. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.